Good morning. I'm Lee Darter. I run the Art Room blog, and I'm here to teach you some elementary art lessons, and I appreciate you joining my YouTube channel. So let's get started. Today we're going to do a calligraphy. We're also going to do two-in-one. So we're going to do a collage, and then we're going to turn it into a calligraphy. And it's a lot of fun. We're going to do some fish. The supplies that you need today are some construction paper. And if you don't have construction paper, it's okay. You can just use plain paper, or you can paint white paper with different colors, and then you can use that. Or you can just use plain white paper. That's okay too. You'll also need some scissors, and you'll need a bottle of glue. Or if you prefer, you can use a glue stick. You'll also need a few crayons that I have here, and you'll need to peel the paper off, and we call them naked crayons. So there, we'll need some naked crayons, 3 or 4 different colors, and that's all you'll need. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to turn you around, and I'm going to start our project. And now you see my drawing space. So this is what we're going to make today. So first we're going to make the collage with the different fish on it, and then we're going to make a rubbing just like this, so you can see the animals in there. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the water first. And I'm going to use this piece of paper right here, and I already have a wave there, so I'm just going to cut that out. And if you like to use a glue stick, what I do is I get an old magazine or a catalog, like this is a catalog, and you can just glue right on that. You can just take your glue and glue it, and that way it's the table's not getting messy and everything around you is not getting messy. Or if you're the kind of person who likes to use liquid glue, you can just put a little liquid glue in there. So well, now what I do is I'm using the back end of a paint bottle, because it's got a nice hard plastic edge to it. Then I'm going to scrape it across, and this is how I like to put my glue on, so it's nice and even. Or, of course, you can just use the glue stick. So what's good about this magazine is now that I'm done, all I have to do is take it and turn the page. And then I have a nice clean surface to work on to put my glue on. Okay, so now I'm going to put a few more waves all the way up my paper, just like that. So now I already have a shape here. I've got another wave. I'm going to keep going all the way up the top. All right, just like this. Now I have my water ready. Let's start off with a pink fish right here. Here's my fish. I'm going to start at the end of his mouth. I'm going to make an arc, a curve, and then I'm going to make his tail. And all that is a curve. So I just went curve, curve, and another curve. And I'm going to make his tail, and I'm going to curve it. And I don't think I want his tail quite that flat, so I'm actually going to make a curve there. And I'm going to start at the end of his tail here, and I'm going to curve that around just like that. And I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to save this piece right here, because I actually keep a pile of scraps, little pieces, and I make animals out of them. So you can already see right here, look at that, that's an animal. That could be a little animal with legs and his face hanging down right here. And I'll show you what I do with my scraps and when we're done with this project. But yes, save your scraps. So okay, here's my fish. I got to glue him in place. So there's my fish. I'm going to get a little piece of white. Now remember, I don't need the whole piece of paper, so I just cut out a little square off the end of what I needed. Also, I want to show you how I use my scissors. So if you'll notice, I'm just slowly closing my scissors. My scissors aren't moving. So watch my paper. What's turning? It's my paper that's turning. Yep. My paper's turning. Yep, I didn't move my scissors. So let's glue his eye on. And I think I'm going to put a color on top of that. Let's see. I think I'm going to put a green. I've got some scraps over here I can use to cut his eye. Now we have to work in layers for this project to work. So when we put the other paper on top, this fish and this paper is going to have different layers. And layers just means one on top of the other. So I have my fish, his eyeball, and then the colored part of his eye. So that's a nice layer. But I think I'm going to give him a fin. Let's give him an, let's do a yellow fin. So I've got some scraps here I've saved. Let's check that and see if it fits up there. Yep, that fits. So I'm going to glue that on. Just like that. And I think it would look nice if he had a fin on the bottom down there. So I'm going to go down here to my paper and cut a fin. Oh yeah, I like that one. All right, let's glue that one on. All right, so let's see. Can we put something right here maybe? How about a little fin right there? Yep, I like it. Yeah, to do a calligraphy, we need lots of layers. So I think I actually want to put a few layers on his tail. Just maybe a little arc there. A little arc there. Here, arc everywhere. An arc. Oh yeah, I like that. We could also put some bubbles coming up out of the water right here. Let's see. Grab some blue. Now I'm going to fold it over because I want more than one bubble. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get 5? 5 might be hard to cut. Let's try it. So I've got 5 folded over. I'm going to make some circles for my bubbles. So remember, I'm slowly closing my scissors, but I'm turning the paper. The scissors don't move. There you go. So now I've got some bubbles coming up out of his. I should have 5. Yep, there's 5. So let's glue those bubbles on. All right, now he's finished. Now let's add another little fish in there. Let's make the next one, how about orange? Let's do orange. So he's going to be a little fish here. So I just did an arc and an arc. So that's his belly and his fin. I'm going to do his top. And another arc for his tail. And so I've got his body and his tail fin, and I kind of like that, so let's glue that on. Put him right there. Now he needs an eye, so we'll get some white. Get a little scrap here. Glue that on. And let's see, what color should I do for his eye? I think I'm going to do blue. So I got a little scrap here. I never throw my scraps away because they can turn into different animals. All right, let's glue that on. Now let's put some fins on this friend here. What color fins should he have? I think he'll have pink fins. So here, I think I want his to kind of stand up. Now I'm just going to play with it because I'm not really sure how I want it. No. Yeah, I like that one. All right, so let's glue that one on. Let's make one for the bottom. And maybe some lines on this tail. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I think I'm going to leave it like this and then just cut parts out of the middle. Like that. So you can make your fish like my fish, or you can design a different fish. Yep, you can do that. Just when you're doing this, you just have to make sure you have layers on there. All right, I like that fish. And now I'm going to put some seaweed on there. Let's grab some green. And let's do some seaweed, some wavy seaweed. All right. There you go. For just a little bit. There. Yeah. Perfect. There you go. And you don't have to keep up with me, because sometimes I go really fast. And you can just go back and watch the video again, or you can pause it. And you can do it at your own pace. And I think that's it. So now what I'm going to do, I've got my finished paper here. I'm going to take out a white piece of paper, and I'm just going to lay it right across the top. And I'm going to get my crayon out. I'm going to use my blue crayon without any paper on it. And I'm going to hold the white paper really hard. I'm going to put my hand on it. And if you can't do that, you might want to get somebody to help you. Mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle might have to help you hold the paper. But you're going to hold it really still. And you notice I'm laying the crayon on its side, and I'm going to push really hard. And I'm just going to color back and forth. You can kind of see my fish and my seaweed popping out there. I'm going to move my hand over. I got to hold it really still. I don't want it to move. You see my fishy? I'm going to push real hard where the fish is. I'm going to move my hand. I'm holding it really hard. And I'm pushing. And you can see the seaweed start popping up. Let's get that other little fish. There he is. He's starting to show up too. Do you see him? All right. I'm going to rub real hard. I'm going to put my hands right there and hold it really tight. I'm pushing really hard. And I'm going to hold it here. I'm holding it really hard. And I'm going to do the rest of my picture because I'm going to get those bubbles. Now see, we couldn't see the bubble on the other side because it's the same color, but on the Collagraphy, it pops right back out. All right, there it is. Now I can take another color. I'm going to take my green, and I'm just going to go over the seaweed. So I'm holding my paper really tight, and I'm rubbing really hard. Going over that seaweed. Now let's see. Let's take, and there you go. You have a nice collage painting of fish artwork, and you have a calligraphy of print of that, and you can actually do more. I could take another piece of paper and print it again because I'm printmaking. Let's try this one in pink. You want to try pink? So I got my pink, holding it really heavy. I'll do my fish. I'm going to rub really hard. And see, my fish is popping up there. I'm going to add a little orange to him. Look, I'm going to change colors and make this fish orange. I'm holding the paper really tight and I'm rubbing really hard. And everything's starting to pop up. Get my bubbles. And there you have it. Ta-da! Now I told you I was going to show you what I do with my finished pieces, those little tiny little bitty scraps that I find. So I save all my little bitty scraps that I've cut out stuff, and I make them into animals. So this was from another project where I cut out some toes, and it turned into this fun animal. And this one turned into a giraffe. Or an elephant. And look at this one. That could make a cool little animal. There's his feet and his face. And over here, there's a little scrap right there. And there's a piece of magazine scrap. I put a little eye on it, some hair. I gave this guy some glasses. So yeah, save your scraps. Just like this. And just put them to the side. Hey, it's been great seeing you. Thanks for having this project, doing this project with me, and I will see you next time on the art show.